This video contains leaks and potential spoilers for Netflix's Avatar live action, so watch at your own risk. There is a leak floating around out there that Fire Lord Sozin will be the one to end Aang's friend and teacher, Monk Gyatso. Now, this isn't really a shocking change, one, because it doesn't change any of the lore in ATLA in any way. We've never known who pulled the trigger on Gyatso, but two, it's an easy way to get the older audience invested in the show and has potential to showcase really cool bending in the first 15 minutes of the show. Think about it, comet-charged firebenders, two masters of their own craft in Gyatso and Sozin, potentially going at it. It's amazing. But the details that happen before their confrontation is a lot more interesting to me. Nobody wants a shot-for-shot remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender. At this point, the show is 17 years old, and most fans have seen it at least 5 times. And people like me, whose job is to talk about Avatar, well, we've seen it more than any human should ever have to. Even though I love it, I've just seen it so many times. Now, Netflix knows about this issue, but they're kind of in a weird position. You change too much and fans will complain that it's not faithful. You change too little and fans will complain that it's no different from the cartoon. Why would I watch this? You can kind of see where I'm getting at here. These leaks were first leaked on the Avatar live action TV subreddit by someone who was allegedly working on the show. The account has now been deleted and I don't believe there are any archives of the post. However, I got a basic rundown from somebody who's been very close to the show's production, so I can confirm, at least at some point, these leaks were real. Whether it gets removed in the final product, I really don't know, but that's not really what this video is about. Okay, so how did these leaks start? You've been hyping it up so much. These leaks cover the first 15 minutes of the live action show, so the entire opening. The Air Nomads are celebrating a new tradition that was never discussed in our canon of Avatar. They are celebrating a festival that takes place during the summer solstice, aka a comet festival. I do want to note here that this same exact idea was done in a fan comic called Tashi and Nima that I've actually covered here on this channel. I'm not saying Netflix stole this idea or anything because it's entirely possible that they independently thought of it. I just want to point it out and give Tashi and Nima a shout out because I love that comic and they deserve a shout out more than anybody. So while this comet festival is happening, the Fire Nation comes in storming and the genocide starts. Now, I never got confirmation whether we'll be seeing the actual battlegrounds of the Air Nomads defending themselves, but I imagine we would see that, but we don't know for sure. Could you guys imagine the VFX work on that? The already giant flames of the firebenders that are enhanced by the comet, and then the Air Nomads just using their air and it'll enhance the flames even more? It's gonna look crazy. Eventually, Fire Lord Sozin finds Aang's mentor, Monk Gyatso, and starts questioning him. He's like, where is the Avatar? Where are you hiding him? And Monk Gyatso, of course, has no idea, but even if he did, he wouldn't even tell him, so it doesn't really matter. The opening scene ends with Fire Lord Sozin personally killing Monk Gyatso, and then we of course go into the iconic boat scene that was confirmed to be happening as well. These leaks do not go super in depth, so don't expect this thing to happen exactly as I said it. Things could change, or they could remove it. You don't really know. There could be an all-out war for all I know. We could even see the reason for all the Fire Nation soldiers surrounding Gyatso. I really don't know. I didn't get all the details. I just want to make that very clear before you guys treat my word like it's gospel or something. In my opinion, this opening scene is such a good way to differentiate themselves from the cartoon and set a more mature tone. After all of the actors have been saying that they're going for more of a book 3 vibe throughout this whole series, which I do like. There is a lot of episodes in book 1 that just don't need to be there, and honestly, how do you justify those silly episodes in a more serious live action setting? The original Avatar is a kids show on Nickelodeon, like SpongeBob and all of the other cartoons. The show was designed to where you could watch any episode independently in any order. So what I mean by that is every single episode has to have its own mini plot that kids can follow and enjoy without watching the other episodes or even knowing the overarching plot. And because they had to do that, a lot of episodes don't need to be there, at least in season 1. For example, Aang playing games with King Bumi. If you start the show off as serious as showing a genocide, how do you justify Aang going to Omashu and playing games with a king? It's just a little weird, right? I do believe that they already confirmed that King Bumi was going to be more of a serious ruler this time around. Although this bit was me just speculating, it's probably going to be at least partially true knowing that information. Again, I don't mind a serious reboot of Avatar. It's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. A lot of people have a comfort show, and whenever their comfort show gets changed a little bit in a different adaptation, they don't like it. But guys, change is not always a bad thing. Something being different does not automatically make it bad. Now, these leaks don't worry me at all, but let's talk about something that does worry me just a tiny bit. Now, the show was leaked to be coming out this summer, and it's from a very credible leaker that I've been told has literally never been wrong. Even when they appear to be wrong, they end up being right when the extended cut of whatever they leaked comes out. So, safe to say that they're pretty credible. If it's true that we're getting this show in the summertime, we are at the very most 6 months away from release, and we've seen nothing. Literally, we've seen zero marketing. One Piece started filming after us, and they finished filming after us, and they got their official poster before we did. That alone is a little worrying. At this point, there really isn't an excuse. Post-production should be just about done by now. They filmed all of this on a volume stage, which takes off a huge amount of work from the VFX guys, so that alone should cut post-production time down a lot. There was always an excuse of Avatar 2 being in theaters, and that's why they're not marketing, but it's February now, and Avatar 2 is mostly out of theaters, so that excuse is gone. So what could it be? Well, maybe Netflix doesn't want to release posters / still images, and they just want to go the trailer route. Now, let me explain why this could potentially happen. Every single post Netflix has ever made about Avatar, there are always people in the replies being like, the original creators left, the show's gonna be bad, there's no chance, Netflix is gonna ruin my childhood, blah 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 blah, just a whole bunch of negative things, not realizing that Netflix has successfully adapted many animes in the past, but that doesn't matter. I just want to point out that you don't need the original creators' blessings to make something that's good. I mean, come on guys, Avatar is one of the most popular franchises of all time, and we have 2 shows in 17 years. That is all we have for the animated universe. 2 shows in 17 whole years. And that should tell you everything you need to know. I also heard after 2 whole years of the original creators being on the production of the live action series, they produced 0 scripts. So there's that. Oh yeah, Avatar Studios, Paramount, I love you. Don't delete my channel. I know I was just an independent contractor for you guys in my last video, so you know who I am. Yeah, don't delete my channel. I'm just telling you how it is. I think it's possible that Netflix is waiting until they have a trailer good enough to prove all of the doubters wrong before they start picking up marketing. Unfortunately, Netflix doesn't really post trailers that far in advance, maybe 2 or 3 months in advance, but that's it. And summer, by Netflix standards, probably means the end of August, so we might not be seeing anything until May, but don't quote me on that. I really hope I'm wrong. For all I know, posters will drop today, and if for whatever reason they do drop today, well, then I'll see you in the next video. Alright, well that is the end of the video. I'm totally not adding this outro so I get to 8 minutes to get extra ad revenue. I would never do that to you guys. That is totally not why I'm doing that.